Okay, YouTube, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress 2014 with the Flying Phent. This is Nighthall, episode number 55. Let's see, where did we leave off yesterday? I think we were just doing a bunch of hauling. Holy smokes, yawning already. The day just started. Maybe I'm not awake yet. Maybe that's what that's telling me. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna pretend it means I'm not awake. Let's go ahead actually and connect to our dwarf therapist. My miners are all set for hauling, right? That's what we were at. Yeah, miners are all hauling, and there are 1,001 hauling jobs to do. Yeah, and this was the unfortunate reality. Is that we're sitting around, basically waiting for the hauling jobs to finish or migrants to show up, so we have more haulers, and then the hauling job can finish. That's the reality of the situation. We have so much making of things occurring that's how it's going to be. I mean, not forever, right? For the short term. Although I will say, you know, the smelters and everything, if we look, we have a ton of metals. So in fact, let's speed this up a little bit by coming up here. Let's find our wood burners and our smelters. Here's our two smelters. Good, so let's toggle hauling for both of them. Then let's find our wood burners. And yeah, two of them already have hauling turned on, but let's go ahead and turn hauling on for all of them. And my thing is simple. If we run out of wood and whatnot, well, this is levers I'm turning off. It's not levers I wanted to turn off. It was alchemy. And, oh, look at that. Alchemy didn't turn on the hauling for once. Is that new? Was there an update that I missed? No, I didn't install any updates. But in any case, yeah, this will give us more haulers, right? So let's do this. They'll still wood burn from time to time, but they should really concentrate their efforts on hauling now. And I'm curious, how is our clothing situation? We're down to 2 naked people. They're not even naked. They're axe lords who are missing uniform parts. And they are both missing leather robes. And if I'm not mistaken, we have leather robes. So they just have to stop what they're doing to go get them. Wool cap. It's a bunch of caps and a cloak, and I don't recall, did I set up caps to get done? I do not see cap in the list here. And I do not see caps, so there you go. That's not a shock. I don't see caps. You know, these were suspended because I had enough, right? Let's just double check that. Status, oh, severity. Yeah. So let me go ahead then. Let's add item. Please select a new item. Yep. It will be none of these. It's not a weapon. Could be in here, I suppose. Is cap classified as armor? I don't believe it is. It's under headwear, I believe. Any headwear. Here we go. Cap. Nope, not helm. Shoot. It was way down there, too. One more headwear. There we go. Any cap. Oh, it's weird that they don't line up. I've selected any headwear, but it's the up arrow down here that's interesting. Cap. Oh, hey, it's my mouse. Hey, my mouse is actually pointing at the right place now. It's a miracle. Any material. P, specific. Is it under inorganic? I don't think it is it? I'm looking for cloth. Oh, maybe it is under inorganic. Right. I remember now. Under material class, I just go down here and pick cloth. Material, any cloth. Any quality. desired range I want to change, right? And that will be the 10 to 12 range of other things. There you go, so that's done. Hit Y to create new. Then let's add. Item is going to be cap. Any headwear, there we go, cap. Made out of leather. And your range is going to be 10 to 12. So there you go, now you've seen both ways to add things to your workflow plugin. So there you go. So we're going to make some caps. Cannot produce. Wait a minute, why? Cannot produce cloth cap, cannot produce leather cap. I hate to tell you this, sir, but you absolutely can. Add cloth cap, just like that. Now let's, out of curiosity, if we workflow constraints 10 to 12 cap any cloth. So there you go, cloth cap is being made. I don't know what its problem was. And then the leather worker here, I want to go to make a leather cap. Oh, and I need to repeat that. And it's weird, right? Because you think, oh, you entered something incorrectly in workflow, but if you hit Alt W on it, it tells you, nope, there you go. You need to make caps out of any leather, 10 to 12 of them. Those were the things that I set up. So, workflow, ladies and gentlemen, little flawed, but that's all right. I mean, it's it still makes life easier. If I got to manually queue up a job every now and then, I can handle that.
Can't do that there.
Cancels make leather cap because you needed tan hide, not because you couldn't make it. Alright. How's hauling coming? Do we have less hauling to do? No. No, we do not. We still have a bajillion hauling tasks to accomplish. And unfortunately, it's winter, and it's very rare that migrants show up in winter, if I'm not mistaken. They never show up in the first winter, according to the wiki, and I believe it's pretty rare they show up at any winter. In fact, I don't know if I've ever had migrants in the winter. That's how rare it is. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it. I think it's so rare that it never happens. So there you go. There's a way, if I'm not mistaken. No. If I'm not mistaken, there is a way to turn off the multi-level. Which is this stuff is underneath because it's a different color. There's a way to turn that off. I think it's called multi-level. Just do a quick search. Quick search. Oh, is it a DF hack thing that does that? I'm curious. If I just type multi-level, will it tell me what it already has? No. Just disable it?
I just can't.
Nope.
I can't do it.
There's multi-levels off, so I've set it to 0. So it shows none. So this would be like the way that I used to play, traditionally. The dots show you like levels below and stuff. I really like having it on. I think it's way cooler with it on. I don't know what it was set for. More. More than that. I'll go with that. That's probably 5. It's probably set for roughly 5 there. That's good. I'm just going to set it for the max. Multi-level 50, which I believe is the highest level it can be set for. Yeah, I like it. Good. One more snick to go up here. If you go down there. How's the hauling jobs going? Oh, look at that. The stored stockpile is down to 1 page. And most of them are being done. Excellent. Ooh, what's that noise? Oh, look at this. An axe recruit has become an axe lord. Oh, look at their skills coming up. That is amazing. Their fighting skills are almost as good as my main guys. Their actual fighter status is just as good as my main guys. Shield users coming up, armor users coming up, axe dwarf is coming up. In case you're curious, my understanding, this is their actual skill. This is their suitability for a certain job, right? So this guy, he's an 86% fighter, so he is well suited to being a fighter, but over here he is a legendary fighter, right? So there's the difference. This is their suitability for the role. This is their actual performance in said role. I'm curious, where are my other axe dwarfs? There's 7 of them. I kind of don't want to pull them off hauling duty though. As much as I would like to have them continuing to do more training, I really don't want to pull them off that hauling duty. That's just the reality. I'd rather have them, because I do have a bunch of hauling jobs that need to get done, right? I mean, the number of them is dwindling, but they still need to get done. So I don't really want to pull them off. Look at my miners bringing in wood. Okay, lots of hauling. I mean, that's the thing that I forgot, right? This wood stockpile needs to be filled full as well. Now, I probably actually have... all the chests are in the top level. Let's put my chests in here. It's a wood... that's a bag, darn it. I hate it when bag is the first thing in the list, because it means I gotta skip it every single time. Oh. Well, now I gotta put the mouse cursor back. Now there's 2 bags on top of this. I didn't just put a bag in, did I? I hope not. Chest. I had French onion soup yesterday for supper. And now it's all I can smell. It makes me super hungry. I can't even live in my own house without just being hungry 24/7. Because now it smells like French onion soup. The recipe I use is amazing. It's a recipe that my dad gave me. My dad got it when he was posted to Germany with the military on his first time there. He was there a few times. He was posted to Germany back in I think it was 1962 was his first posting in Germany. So he went to Germany, and while he was there, he liked to travel, so he went to, various places all over Europe. There, he went to France, he went to Belgium, he went to Italy, He went to Greece. He went to Persia. Egypt, England, Luxembourg, Holland. I don't think he ever went to anywhere else in the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure he only went to Holland. He went to... he went all over. That's the point of the story, right? Is he went all over. And in one of these trips, he ended up in a little French town. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an M, and it's right on the border with Germany. That is obviously a bag. But it's just a small little town. And so it was him and a bunch of his buddies from the army, and their wives and stuff, right? Like it wasn't like it was a bunch of guys out getting drunk. There was a bunch of people. Although from the stories I've heard, everyone did indeed get drunk. So, that still happened. In any case, they went to this restaurant, and they walked in, and the way I heard the story, it was late. So they walked in, and they asked, "Oh, hey, are you guys still open?" And there was like 8 people working, and otherwise the restaurant was empty, and it was fairly late. So the people said, yes, we're open, absolutely, come on in, what would you like? So they sat down, they took a look at the menu, they ordered some food, they ordered some wine, they drank, they talked, they had a good time. Apparently they were asking the waitstaff for advice and suggestions on places to go and things to see, and it was a very kind of friendly type of environment like that. And so then finally at some point someone says to them, "Hey, what time do you guys close anyway? It's amazing that you're still open." The guy's like, "Oh, we close like 5 minutes after you got here." They're like, "Oh, well, you told us you're open." He's like, "We were open when you got here, and we're not going to make you leave." One, it was kind of a small, like family-run type place, so they weren't about to turn away business anyway. But the other thing is that was kind of the mentality. That's my dad explained it to me. That's the way all the places were in Europe at the time. Whether or not they're still like that, I was there, but I didn't try to go into places 5 minutes before they closed and see. I have no idea if European restaurants still kind of have that mentality. Here in North America, if you walk into a place that's about to close, they'll say, "Hey, we're closing in 5 minutes." They don't sugarcoat it, because people want to go home. But these people, apparently they stuck around, they stayed really late, they made all this food, and of course all the stoves were probably turned off when they walked in because the place was empty. And no one from, the waiter to the hostess to the sommelier to the bartender, no one said boo, no one said a word. But anyways, they ate there. And one of the things that my dad had was this French onion soup, and he said it was the most amazing French onion soup that he'd ever had. And because they'd been there for like 4 hours talking to everybody and being so friendly, he mentioned, "This is the best French onion soup I've ever had. When I get back to the base, I'm going to tell everybody, hey, they should come out here if they ever want to try some real good French onion soup." And so the host, the maitre d', who happened to be the owner, said, "Oh, well, if you like it that much, let me give you the recipe." So he gave my dad the recipe, and then he gave him 8 French onion soup bowls, like the old style, like ceramic, hand painted, carved with like little lion heads on the side so you can hold them, like not handles, but like little lion heads like sticking out that you could use as handles to not burn your hands. And so as I got older, that's one of the first things my dad taught me how to make was having a party. Was how to make this French onion soup with this recipe. And he has since given me 4 of the bowls. Since, everyone's kind of spread out now. My mom passed away, so my dad, he might cook for friends if they come over every now and then, but he doesn't, I don't think he's ever made 8 bowls. Well, I shouldn't say ever. I don't think he's made bowls of French onion soup for 8 people since before my mom passed away. So he certainly has no need for the 8 bowls. And I don't know, about 5 or 6 years after my mom passed away, he came to this realization that he was not going to need that many bowls. And he said, "Here, you take 4, and then when I die, you can have the other 4. So, for some reason, my sister has no problem with that, which surprised me. I would have thought she would have liked some of these bowls, too. They're kind of, that have some historical significance for my family, especially since my sister was in Germany. Not in the 60s when they were there, but in the 70s when my family went back again. And I was born there. So, I mean, it's significant to me because I was born there, but it should be significant to my sister, I would have thought, because she lived there. To an extent that she has recollection of it. We left when I was like 2. I don't remember Germany at all. But she certainly does. She was like 7 or 8 when we left. So I'm surprised she didn't care. But yeah, apparently she doesn't care if she gets these bowls. I mean, to be fair, there are other things in our house that belong to my mom and that do belong to my dad that she's kind of said, hey, eventually when the time comes, do you mind if I have whatever? And we don't argue about it. We're like, yeah, sure, you can have this. I'll take that. We're pretty reasonable people. But yeah, so I have these French onion soup bowls and this French onion soup recipe. It can be hard sometimes to find good cheese. And it can be hard to find good... Oh, you grew attached to a leather cloak. Well, that's no good. The cloak's going to run out. It can be hard to get the good cheese, and it can be hard to find, proper kind of bread. Oh, I did this completely incorrectly. I did not want to make this out of... I did not want to make... Is it N? Yes. I didn't want to make this out of wood. That's what happens when you're telling a story while you're trying to do things. Yeah, it can be hard to get the bread that tastes as good. Sometimes it's tricky. You got to get the right kind of cheese as well. And it's not always easy to find cheese, especially because I have moved fairly frequently, and it's difficult to kind of get settled when you're moving so much and really find a good cheese maker and a good bread maker. But nonetheless, I made French onion soup. It was delicious, and now my whole apartment smells like it, and it has smelled like it for a while. I feel sorry for my neighbors because they don't have my recipe, and they're probably smelling it going, oh man, that guy smells like he makes really good French onion soup. But they can't have any. It's not for them. Tough. Deal with it. Alright, so we have a bunch left to do. We still have hauling. As you can see, the hauling jobs now extend back into the next page down, but a lot of the stored items and bags and barrels and bins has gone down. So we are making progress indeed on our hauling jobs, and we will continue to do so in future episodes. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.